gotta stop. It's so good to see you. And you know what? Can I just say, I'm grateful for you. We have had some experiences.
Yes, we have.
We have had some experiences.
Yes.
Man, I ain't trying to cry, but man, I'm telling, we have had some experiences. I'm so
Yes.
great. Thank you for.
Yes.
I've had to get some tissue. Oh Lord. Oh, we have.
Girl.
It's so good to see you and see you doing what you do. You helping people. It's in us, man.
Yeah, it
Like it's
is.
in us. It's in us so hard. Like it ain't. This gonna be what we do till the end. No matter
Yeah.
what capacity we're doing it in. Like this really gonna be what we do is help people because
Yes.
we've been through the trenches. We've
Come
been through a lot,
on.
and so we gotta break the change. We cannot. We gotta help the people. For me, why I do what I do is because if somebody had helped me as a little girl that I had to watch the stuff on TV believing that it was too things were too expensive or it was out of reach, it was out of touch because I never seen nobody in my family model. I never seen nobody be an actress, none of those things. I had to go out and I didn't have the support that I needed. I just really had to believe in me for real. And just go out there on the whim and do it. And that's why I'm, what you said, like, don't count me out because I'm gonna figure it out. That's one thing my dad passed 2 years ago, and he said one thing you always do is you figure it out, and one thing you always do is you always find people to support you because what you do is important. Don't worry about those who don't. Figure out and find those who do. And when you come out the blue with even coming up here, this right here is my attitude of gratitude. So much gratitude because you didn't have to invite me to your podcast. It's been a while, and so I thank you. And may doors open for us both in such a way, in such a magnitude, more than we could ever. I'm telling you, like having that attitude of gratitude, even with me being home, it's not where I plan to be.
That's
But
okay.
I've gotten my natural hair care license since I've been home.
Oh, good.
Okay, so I got that to take back out with me. I published book, and I've been able to do
Yes.
a lot of things since I've been home. And one of my mentors said, "Look, since you've been home, you've been able to move around a little bit better than
Mm-hmm.
when you were in Atlanta. So just appreciate the good things. Yeah, God know, and He gonna figure you gonna work it out. It's gonna everything happens when it needs to happen. Some things have happened for me this year, and it's only May that I'm like." The way that he operates, it got to be him. It's undeniable.
Exactly. Come
The
on,
way
talk
God
about that thing.
operates, the way he has been able to bless me while I'm still here. Let me tell you, I've been working 2 days since October because I had to start school. And we got a new manager who won't let me do more than 2 days. When I tell you God has provided and given me new things
Mm-hmm.
in the midst of. And so I know it's got to be God.
Yes.
When I sit down and journal, I sat down, I was talking to my cousin. I said, you know what I'm going to do this morning? Because when you wake up with things in your mind, I wake up, I meditate, I pray, I read my devotional. I said, you know what? My mind is focused on the wrong thing. You know what I'm going to do? Because when I get on the phone with you, I said, I'm finna sit down with my journal and I'm going to just write a list of all the things I'm grateful for. I said, because
It,
my mind, the devil will try to make you focus on what you don't have yet. There's always, and I had to start saying yet. It's not there yet. It's there.
mm-hmm.
It's waiting on you. You gonna find whatever's looking for you is whatever you looking for is looking for you. And I had to start using the word yet. And then I said I gotta be more specific. And therefore the writing down, when you writing down, you are the author. You got the pen. You got the pen. And
That's
you
right.
writing these things down. When you was talking about scripture, man, in my journal. Man, that's exactly like some of the things I wrote down. Like one, I write notes to myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if nobody else, like my father's gone, it's just me. It's nobody that I talk to on an everyday basis. It's just not. I don't have that type of system set up. It's me and self talk. So I have to be aware of my self talk. Okay. things I could go to. I have to write scriptures, and I have to prioritize. I write notes to myself all the time, because if not, if you don't have something, I keep something in my view. So there's notes on the mirrors, there's notes in my car, there's notes in my wallet. I still got a certain card from 2 years ago.
Oh,
I
you
sure do,
do?
and I do. I and I do. And I do.
Okay.
It's in my wallet. It's in my little. I carry a little a pouch of affirmation card, things I've written
Yes.
down, and then cards
Okay.
I've bought and different things. Yes, ma'am. I
Okay.
still have it.
So let's slow it down just a little bit, because they don't know who you are. Like I know who you are, JenLo, and I it's an honor for you to even be on here, okay? Like for real,
The walk
because
on
of the
water.
things that you have
Come on.
been.
So let's back up. So I have an organization called Second Chance 21013. 21013 is a specific date, February 10th, 2013. Now, I was trying to move to Atlanta in 2013 to pursue my dreams and aspirations and all that. On the way back, I didn't quite make it back to the house. I was trying to make it to my dad's house because it was closer than mine, and I did not quite make it back. I flipped my car in the ditch and I broke both my ankles and my hip. I went through the windshield. So I have, when people talk about my eyes and what's going on, I'm like, you have no idea. I'm grateful to have my eyes, my whole face. Okay, at this point, all right. Um, Fast forward, I did go ahead and move to Atlanta. People was like, "Who gonna want you on no TV screen? Who gonna let you on their runway?" But by the grace of God, I have been on runways,
Okay.
TV screens still on it. Okay, been on TV shows, billboards, magazines,
Mhm.
well, you name it. I've been able to do it. What I've intended to do going down there, I've been able to do more because God put me in the room.
Right.
Now,
Well,
during
listen.
that,
Okay.
Atlanta.
Y'all see how she ran through that? I broke two of my ankles. No, like it wasn't just. It wasn't like she was just sitting. It wasn't like she got a nick. Okay, it wasn't a nick. I mean, I believe they said you weren't supposed to be walking right now. I believe they said that I saw the car. It was just, and I saw what happened. I mean, come on, you're a beautiful woman, and for that to happen, come on, let's explain it a little bit more. How are
Well,
you in the hospital? What happened? What did they say?
well,
What was recovery like?
recovery was very hard. I was the youngest person in rehab. Most everybody else was probably 50, 60, something like that, older. Um, in a wheelchair.
And did
Um,
your face go through the windshield? Is that what happened? Like
yes, so
what?
all of this was over there. Like everything, my eye, everything, and I'm still recovering now. I got, matter of fact, appointment next week to see what's going on with my ankles, because I don't have any cartilage in my ankles, and
Mm-hmm.
so I have what's called bone spurs, and it's starting to lock up my ankle to stop it from flexing, and they try not to let it get stuck. So I'm still in recovery, but I'm still going.
Amen.
So rehab, it was kind of difficult. And I was not close to home. Well, about an hour or some away. So my dad would come visit as often as he could. I had other friends and family that would come. But my dad was my number one motivation for a lot. His words of encouragement live on with me today. To carry me through, and um, I would just, there was. It was not until a month later. It was probably towards me trying to get out a few weeks before, where they finally showed me my face, the pictures from the car accident, and wow, with that, I just had to thank God, have attitude of gratitude for that. And then the walking part, it was literally learning all over again. Like I really had to, as a baby, you learn how to walk, and then you might have some issues as you get older, right? But to have it in between, it's difficult when you're such an independent person like myself. I'm a very independent person, and having to have people do things for me, it took away a piece of me, and I was so grateful when I was able to get out of rehab and go home, um, and just recover. And the thing is, I tell people, if God had took away my dream and said, you know what, I had every reason in this world to say, like everybody else, you can't be no model. You broke your ankles. You can't even walk right. You on a cane. You got a boot on. You wrapped up. You can't do that. Or your face is messed up. Nobody's gonna want you on their magazine. See, I could have easily said that, but the way my God set up, and my father who continued to encourage me, and less than a year later, I was back in going down highway again to Atlanta. And let me tell you, with about $300 in my last check. And I told my dad, this is my walk on water. I said, because if I wait for it to be perfect, I'll never go. And let me tell you, off and on, unfortunately, I had a place. The rent's high, okay? For a graveyard spot, I should to say. It's a lot. Um, Even with 2 jobs, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not let that deter me. I did what I had to do, and fast forward, I've been able to accomplish a lot of things,
Yes, you
and I
have.
did not wear my situation on my sleeve.
Come
Hence
on.
why y'all didn't know what was going on for real
Right.
until it was time to know.
Right. So
But
how
yeah.
so how now so I'm taking it that you showed us all your journals and you practice gratitude. But even back then during that time when you were in the hospital, it's really the unknown because you're looking forward, you want to get out of there, but think about it or what kind of things would you tell
Um.
yourself?
So music. I've been in music, been some type of music all my life.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, music helped me. In the Bible, a lot of what they've turned these scriptures into song, and because that's how the folks in the Bible got through was singing, right? So me, there were songs that I like, and I just sang every day. Matter of fact, they put me outside because that's how loud I was singing. And the lady, one of the old ladies, she said, don't let them tell you you can't sing. She said, she's folks. Apparently, there was a whole conversation about me. She said, you are helping us every single
Mm-hmm.
day. She said, sing. She said, you the livest thing in here.
So you were
Sing.
singing scriptures. You were singing.
I was singing songs. I was singing gospel. I like different genres. I like gospel. Oh Lord, what's the song? I'm trying to think of it. I like anything that's inspirational. It doesn't necessarily have to be
Yes.
gospel. It could
Mm-hmm.
be anything. There was a song called Ambition. I love that because I said, yeah, they are gonna let me for my ambition. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So I seen different things. If it touched me, if it's something that helps me through my day, I'ma sing it. I'ma sing it.
Good. Good.
um,
Good.
yeah.
And you know what that
But
does? There's a study. Where we're what 80% water, right? Did you know there's a study out
oh
there that when you take, say, a glass of water, liquid, right,
yes.
and you surround it by sounds and words that are positive, when you flash freeze that water, it's beautiful crystals, right?
Yep. The
But
water technique.
if you
Yes.
take the water and you got really blaring music, I mean stuff that's negative, all the cussing and all that rock, what do you call it? Raunchy, what? It's an R word. I'm trying to look for it.
Ratchet.
Ratchet. That's the
Ratchet.
word. Ratchet. All that stuff. You're talking down, you're cussing, all that stuff. When you flash freeze that water, it's it's not even crystals. It's like some ugly, like distorted thing, right?
I'm aware. I'm aware, and I've used that. I've definitely, and I still use that from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
There are different techniques and methods that I use. I use my circle diagram. I think towards me coming out of my situation in 2020, I still got my tablets. I think that was a lot of it. Like when I meditate, but centering a focal point of what I wanted to do for that day and just focusing on that. And I gotta tell you,
Explain that to us a
definitely
little bit more,
works.
because I've not heard that. Explain that, please.
What the circle technique? It's like a
Yes.
so I'm trying to think. So you take it's like you draw a circle and
Mm-hmm.
whatever that thing is for the day. Like for me, it was like one particular thing I wanted to do was I got a habit of laying down to read my devotional.